Welcome Hotgates gamers to another Hobbit SBG Battle Report. You are here with your channel host, Hotgates Gaming James, and we are bringing you another episode of Adventures in Arda. Now, for those of you that know me from my early days of YouTube, beside me now is someone that, depending on your perspective on life, you either have a lot to thank for or a lot to blame for. Today, I wonder if anybody can answer it first. Are there any sort of real, back from GBHL podcast early days, I wonder if they can answer this before I introduce you. Who is this? Go on, you can do it now.
You might know me as Hashut's Blessing or Pete, whichever really.
I have you to thank for getting me into wargaming.
Well, you kind of got into it and I just helped you find your way along with SBG. Yeah.
Pete here taught me how to play Hobbit strategy battle. Well, you taught me how to play Lord of the Rings strategy battle game because I think the Hobbit was just coming out and you taught me with the rules that you knew, which were Lord of the Rings rules.
Yeah, we started with Lord of the Rings and progressed quite quickly onto the Hobbit, which I had kind of inside view on just through experience with the rest of it all because I had worked for Games Workshop previously.
That's right. And you taught me how to play the game. You were my regular opponent for a long period of time and as such featured in a lot of the early GBHL podcast battle reports. So if you want to go check those out, go and check out the GBHL podcast. And this is a big thing for me because we've not seen each other for a very, very, very long time. And you have been back in touch to help me film some battle reports today. So very, very exciting. Now, Pete used to bring to the table a lot of the time either a Dwarven force or in fact what you are going to see today, which are some Easterlings. And today we're going to be going back in time, Lord of the Rings time that is, although me and you are going back in personal time. And
1985.
we're going to be trying to give you a little bit of Lord of the Rings history, a little bit of backstory. So I want you to put yourself back in the ages of old and Middle Earth, and the Kingdom of Gondor is under the serious threat of the Wainrider and Balcoth, which are effectively a form of runic Easterling force, as it were. They would normally have more sort of cavalry than they have down here, but that is the scene. That's what we're going for. And before the creation of Rohan, it was Eorl the Young and his Erlingas who, of course, descended from the north and came to the rescue of Gondor, and we're going to be playing on that board now. We're coming to some scorched lands which have been ravaged and pillaged by these Easterling Balcoth Wainrider foes. And Eorl has brought his noblemen south to try and clear out these lands. So what we're going to do is we're going to get down, we're going to show you the different forces now. It's a 350 point battle report. We'll roll for the scenario and we'll get all that good to go for you right now. So down here we have our Wainrider foes. These are the Easterlings. And Pete, you're going to talk us through what you have.
Yep, so we've got Camul the Easterling.
Of course, this
is using the stats, obviously. It is one of the Ringwraith models, but we're actually using him basically to be the captain of the guard, as it were. He's just a little bit cloaked and mysterious, has a little bit of magic about him.
Certainly is.
And this is kind of his lieutenant, who is an Easterling war priest. So he's kind of been learning from his master, as it were. And then we've just got a regular quartermaster kind of guy, who's an Easterling captain with Easterling halberd. Then we've got ourselves, I think it's 10 Easterling warriors with shields, and then we've also got 5 with bows just to back them up.
So there we go. These are the pillagers, and we're going to go and we're going to show you, hopefully, the rescuers of the Kingdom of Gondor right now. 4th Aerlingus. That's right. This is, for those of you that know me quite well from my GBHL days, this is pretty much a signature kind of force for me. So 350 points, and what we have here is we do have Eorl the Young. Eorl himself, who is of course the king of the Northmen, who rode south to the aid of Cirion of Gondor, and along with him we have 10 sons of Eorl, which of course incredibly powerful heavy cavalry from the Rohirrim. And we also have just a Rider Rohan with a banner there as well, which comes to just underneath 350 points. So who is going to take this game? Will it be the Northmen or will it be the Balcoth? We shall see. Comment below. Here is our battlefield in the northern plains of the Kingdom of Gondor, which has been ravaged, of course, by the Balcoth. The Balcoth are over here, and they're quite surprised at what faces them here. They weren't expecting Gondor to get some unlikely allies from the north, so they have rushed from drinking and slaughtering and doing all the other horrible things that pillagers do, and they have rushed out to meet their foes, which are heroically led over here, of course, by Eorl the Young and his Aerlingus. We are playing to the death. We've rolled for to the death here, so it's a pretty basic setup for the game. Of course, VPs for the banner, VPs for breaking, and VPs for killing the enemy leader. So we are going to go into turn 1 priority. The very best of luck. Hashut's Blessing Pete. Who's going to get turn 1? And it's going to go to the Aerlingus. So we're coming in, and it's after the Aerlingus have moved. As you can see, the Sons of Eorl have charged on a broad front, charging straight at, because that's what they're good for, at the Balcoth over here. The Balcoth will start to move off. Kamal decided not to cast a spell, but we are coming in here because before the War Priest moves, he's going to be casting Fury. Now, he hasn't channeled this. How many will are you going to use?
Just 1 will.
So just 1 will, and to cast it you need a
3+.
So a 3+ to cast Fury.
And failed miserably.
And you roll a 1, so you can't even might that. So you're going to be down a will point, and Fury is not cast. We're going to carry on with the rest of the Balcoth movement, and then come back in with shooting. So of course there is only one bit of shooting from the Northmen, and that is going to be from Eorl the Young himself. He does have a throwing spear, which he can throw 8 inches. He can just throw it into that Eastling there. Now he's got a 4+ shoot back, which of course becomes a 5+ because he has moved. Will he get it? Oh, he does! Fantastic. Now it's strength 3 and you are defense 6.
Yes.
So I will need a 6 here to wound you. And we don't get it. It's definitely not worth 3 points of might. So with that, we're going to go to the Balcoth shooting. Okay, so it's the Balcoth archers here. We've got 2 of them, and they're going to be taking shots across here at this Son of Eorl. So they haven't moved, and I believe they hit on a 4+.
Yep.
So 4+ is 2 hit. What do you get? And you get 1 hit. Now, does it hit the horse or the rider? It hits the horse, and it's a defense 5 horse because of the armor, so you need a 6 here to wound the horse, and unfortunately you don't do it. So we're going to move on to the next shots, and you've decided to get all 3 of these shots shooting at Eorl himself. So 4+ is to hit, you get 2, that's 2 hits, and do they hit the horse or the rider? And so you get 1 on the rider and 1 on the horse. So the 1 on the horse first of all needing a 6. No, that's a 2. And the 1 on the rider needing 6s by 4s. Unfortunately not. So, close, but not close enough. And with that, there will be no combats. It's the end of turn 1. This is our battlefield. Will the Aerlingus rid Northern Gondor? Will they forge themselves a kingdom gifted by Cirion? We shall see. Priority. Oh, it's a 3. And it's going to go to the Aerlingus. So the Sons of Eorl have charged in on the Balcoth all the way across the front so far. We're coming in now because Eorl himself is going to be charging, but he does have throwing spear, so as he charges in he will need a 5+ to hit this guy. He did hit him last time, he doesn't that time, and he is going to save his point of might and charge to there. So with that we're going to carry on with the rest of the Northman movement. Here we go. So we're coming in now because the Balcoth are counter-charging, and as you can see, I didn't realise that guy over there was a captain. Well, this could be worrying. That Son of Eorl has been surrounded, but we're coming in over here because the War Priest is going to try and cast Fury. Now, Pete did call to channel, so so it would be 5+ saves, but you can only use 1 will here to do this. Otherwise, obviously, there's no point. So you do need a 3+. and you get it. So Fury is off. You are down to 1 will, and you're on 0 might though, and then he's going to carry on and charge in there. You also have Kamal. Are you can do any casting with Kamal, or are you just going to pop him in?
Kamal's not going to cast anything, he's just going to jump straight in and try and help out, weaken your flank a bit.
There we go. So that is it. After, are you moving any archers?
Archers all staying where they are, they're just going to...
Archers are all standing still, so we are going to come back with Balcoth shooting. So we're starting off with the Balcoth archers up here, and they're going to be shooting through at the banner. Now, they do have an in way for the combat, but first of all, we have to see if they hit. So, needing 4 pluses to hit. What do they get? We get 1 hit. Now, does that hit? Does it hit the combat? It does hit the combat. Does it hit you, or does it hit the Son of Ale? It hits the Son of Ale. Does it hit the Son of Ale's horse, or does it hit the Son of Ale himself? It's him himself, and you'll need a 6 to wound the Son of Ale, using different dice each time. Oh, I could see a 6 spinning for a little while there.
If it weren't for 2.
It did spin for a while, and unfortunately, no effect there. But we're going to carry on filming because we now have these 3 here. Just roll them all. Roll them all together, that's absolutely fine. So do they hit? You get 2 hits. Do you want them to be separate? On separate riders?
Yeah. We'll just
no
see
priority.
what happens.
Okay, so do they hit horses or riders? So 1 hits a horse and 1 hits a rider. So 1 on the horse, any particular preference?
We'll go for this horse.
Needing a 6. Yay! So his horse has gone down, so I'll have to get him a replacement. And on him there, will you kill him with a 6? It's off the table, it doesn't count. It's a 5. It's very close, but that Son of Ale survives. So we'll go and get a dismount, and that will be it for shooting. We're going to come back with the combat phase. And of course we have a thrown rider here for the dismounted Son of Ale, and it's a 3, so he's absolutely fine. At the start of the combat phase, the Easterling captain here, who snuck up on this Son of Ale, I have to say, I didn't realise he was a captain. He is going to be calling. Of course, a heroic combat makes absolute sense, but it has been countered by Ale the Young over here. Now, first of all, Ale the Young needs to see if he gets this for free. So on a 4+, he gets it for free. He does, he gets it for free, so he hasn't lost any might, which is handy. Okay, so on a 4 to you look nervous. On a 4 to 6, this is going to go to Ale the Young, but on a 1 to 3, it goes to the Easterling captain.
He is sneaky.
No, it goes to the Easterling captain, and he's going to get to do his heroic combat first. So that is the combat that we're going to start with. So we are going to be starting off with this fight here, of course. The Balcoth swords and shieldsmen will be fainting, but the captain himself is going to be fighting as normal, as will the Son of Ale. So the silver white scars of Rotterdam dice, they are your captain's dice. So what do you get? You set the bar not very high at 4. Okay, come on, Son of Ale! And Son of Ale gets a 5, and you can't win that fight. You can't win that fight because the captain's only got 1 point of might and he can only might up his own dice. So as a result, you are all knocked down. This is fabulous news. Okay, so the first lot of double strikes is going to go on one of the Easterlings here. Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah. It's going to go on one of the Easterlings there. So first lot of double strikes. So I will need 5 because I'm strength 4. Nope. I'll do the same again on him. 5s. Nope. And same again here, needing 5s. Hey, so 1 is going to go down. However, you do have channeled fury up, so only 1 wound got through. So on a 5+, he isn't going to die. No, he does die. So this Easterling here bites the dust, and that's the first casualty, and that means we're going to go into the next heroic combat. So to the next heroic combat, which Ale the Young did get for free. Now we have a shielding Balcoth warrior here, which means that Son of Ale will piercing strike. The bright red dice are Ale himself. What do we get? We get 6s, so there is no point rolling your dice. So the piercing strike goes up to... The piercing strike goes up by 1, so it's strength 5. So he'll still need 5s on you. So the Son of Ale's dice needing 5s. And that is 1, so a fury save on that. And you make it. So now Ale the Young's dice. Oh, come on. Don't let this happen. Ale the Young's dice will also need 5s. Okay, that's 3. So you got 3 fury saves. If you roll 3 5+s here, I'll be very upset. Hashut's blessing. I only saw the 6 for a second there, but he has gone down. That does mean, unfortunately, that, well, fortunately, that these guys are going to get to carry on their charge. And as you can see, Ale the Young has continued his charge, and he has decided to take that captain on himself. He thinks he can do him. And in the meantime, that Son of Ale has charged against the surviving Eastling that was down there. Now, it was the Northmen's priority, so we are going to carry on with their combat. So I'm going to start off with this one over here on the end. So we have a charging Son of Ale who has 3 dice versus on either a fainting or a shielding Eastling.
He's going to faint.
He's going to faint. He's going for it. So, does the Son of Ale get it? He sets the bar with a mighty 3. Oh, and you get 1, which is terrible. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you go down to because you're low fight value anyway. So you are knocked down, and I've got 6 dice here when I will need 5s. So 5s. And there isn't a single one there.
I told you he was only fainting.
Wow. Not a single one there. Oh my days. And with that, we're going to move on to the next combat. Well, that wasn't very probable. So we're going to go for the next one here. We're going to save the Kamal one for a little bit. We've got this Son of Ale here versus this Balcoth. Is he going to shield or is he going to?
He's going to faint as well.
So he's fainting. He's going for it. Okay. So you get 1 dice. I've got 3. Come on. And we get a 6. So you are knocked down. And how many Fury saves can we force this time? Lots of 5s and 6s, please. And we got 3. So you need 3 5+s. And no, you don't get any, so that Easterling bites the dust. Next up, we've got this Son of Ale versus this Balcoth warrior. Are you fainting or are you shielding?
Gonna shield this time.
I will piercing strike. So, what do you get? You set the bar at a 6. I believe that is a 6. It certainly is. So I need a 6 here. I need a 6. And I do get the 6. I didn't have to rely on the banner reroll there. So again, you are knocked down. Now I did piercing strike, so I go up to strength. I go up by 3, which means I'm strength 7, which means I will need 4s on you. So needing 4s here, lots would be nice. And we get 3. Okay, so got 3 Fury saves. It is in range. Oh! It was close. It was close, but he does get slain. So smashed up there, we're going to go into the next combat. So over here we have a piercing striking Son of Ale against the Easterling on the floor. You might as well shield.
Makes sense.
Okay, so what do you set the bar at? It's a mighty 3. Is it going to be better? We get the 6. Okay, so we did piercing strike. So what do we go up to? Well, at least 2 here. Oh no, we get 1. So you are defense 5. So we still need 5s here. So needing 5s to wound. Wow, that's 3. So 3 5s.
You like making me take 3 Fury rolls.
And not a single one that time. So another Easterling goes down. And the Easterlings, the Balcoth, are now halfway towards breaking already. We're going to proceed into the next combat. So here we go, it's the next Son of Ale charging. And again, we're against 1 Balcoth warrior. Is he shielding or?
He's going to faint as well.
He's going for it.
They seem to survive when they faint.
Let's have a look. Let's prove that theory right. It's a 3. But we take it on fight value. Just. So you are knocked down. And we will need 5s, of course, to cause wounds. And there are 4. So you got 4 Fury saves to make this time. Can you do it? Oh, no.
Halfway there.
2 got through. But another Balcoth has been killed. And we're going to go straight on to the next combat here, which is going to be Ale the Young versus the captain on the floor. This captain doesn't have a shield, does he?
No, he's got a halberd.
Wow, okay, so he's only got his 2 dice, but you do have a point of might. What do you get? You get a 3, that's terrible rolling.
It is terrible.
And we get 6s.
I think you may have won that fight.
I think so. Okay, so we've got 6 dice here. Now you are defense 6 because you've got halberd, not a shield.
Yep.
Okay, so I am defense 5, of course. Oh, sorry, strength 4. So I will need 5s here. And that is 2. Okay, so there's 2 there. So you do, first of all, Fury.
Fury saves first.
Fury saves first. No.
And use a point of might on that one to make it 5.
I'm not sure whether you can use it on Fury and whether you can use it on Fate. We're gonna say that you can. We're gonna say that you can. I can't remember off the top of my head.
We'll look it up later and then.
So you've saved 1. So 1 is going through. So now you've got your normal Fate point. So normal Fate point. And you pass that. So you have saved the captain from getting any wounds, but you do remain on the floor, and we're going to go into the next combat. Next up we are going into the Kamal combat. So we have the charging Son of Ale, and we also have Kamal and 1 Easterling. So which colour dice is going to be Kamal? It's got to be the purple one.
Purple's Kamal, and we'll be nice and go for a nice shiny one.
Of course. So you are fight 5. You're high fight value.
The Easterling's gonna faint, but
of course.
Kamal's just gonna strike as normal.
Makes sense. What do you get? And you get the 6, and you win that. Okay, so you're going to knock back now. Are you going to be going for the rider, or are you going to go for his mount?
It makes sense to go for the rider.
So for the Easterling himself, he will need 6s, re-rolling 1s, to kill the rider. So 6s, re-rolling 1s? Nope. And Kamal will need 5s on the rider. No. So the Son of Ale does survive, and that means that we're going to go into the next combat. And not that it's mattered particularly, but with it being my priority, I should have really fought this combat first to try and take rid of the Fury. But it's just nice seeing Pete for the first time. That's what this is all about. First time in ages. So here we go. I am a higher fight value here.
Yep. So the Easterling War Priest is going to use his halberd two-handed.
So what colour dice is?
Oh no, sorry, it's not a halberd, it's a spear. So, but I'll use him as purple anyway.
Yep.
He's not got any might, so it shouldn't affect it.
Makes sense. Okay. So what do you get? You set the bar with a mighty 5 there. So we're going to go here. We need that 5+. Oh, and we don't get it, and I don't think we're in range quite of that. I think that's more than 3 inches. So you get to strike him. So I can back away. So again, your normal Easterlings, they will need 6s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, I don't know who was who.
The Easterling War
Oh
Priest
yeah, so
is
you rolled
the
that with it.
purple one.
Okay, so you do kill that Son of Ale, and that Son of Ale is going to bite the dust. He's prettier than this one here, so I'm going to move that one there and take him off. He didn't get a full repaint. So there we go. That is our battlefield. 1 Son of Ale has bitten the dust, but 6 Balcoth have been slain. It's not looking particularly great for the invaders. Let's roll for turn 3. Priority. It's a 3. It's a 1, and that does mean it's going to go to the Balcoth. And we're coming in because Ale the Young is calling a heroic move. So first of all, we need to see if he gets that for free. He does get it for free. That's good. That's great news. Okay, now he will be trying to come around here, but there is an Easterling on the floor. Now the Easterling is on the floor, so he does have a control zone, but it's less than half the height of the model. So I have to do a jump test, and if I fail the jump test, I have to charge the captain, which would be a pain. So I will roll, and I'm fine. I get to carry on, and it's only these 3 guys here that are affected, so we're going to go into that now. And Ale has decided to charge here into the Easterling War Priest. So he has got a throwing weapon, of course. Does he hit? He does. And your defense 4, 5?
5.
So needing a 5 here to wound the War Priest. And he does. Let's keep that dice. Okay, so Fury first of all. It's not saved. And how much have you got left? Everything with him, I believe. Okay, so you got fate. So point of fate failed, and you've got no might, so he takes a wound.
And he's got 1 left.
So 1 wound, and Ale gets to continue his charge, like so. So we're coming in here because Kamal is in his movement, and he's going to be using 2 will, which will cross up in a second, to try and transfix Ale. So it is a 4+, and you get it on the 4. And I'm going to use Ale's 2 points of will to try and resist. So needing a 4+, he gets the 3, and he will use a point of might to get up. And I'll check Ale's rules to see whether he gets to roll to see if he gets that point of might for free. Might be once per turn. And here it is after the rest of Aelinger's movement. So 1 Son of Ale has charged in round there, and the banner has come up to support these 3 Sons of Ale. Also we had a Son of Ale come from a fair distance to charge in on the captain, and of course the Son of Ale on foot is moving up too. So with that we are going to go into Balcoth shooting. So 4 of the Balcoth archers are all going to be taking a shot at Ale the Young himself. So you will need 4+ to hit, and you get 1 of them. And does it hit you or me in the combat? It hits you in the combat. And you are defense 4, 5?
5, because it's 5. The Easterling War Priest.
So a 6 will kill your, well, you've got a Fury save. Oh, it's off the table. A 6, no. So you do survive. And then you've got 1 more shot here, which you're just going to be taking down at the dismounted Son of Ale. So needing a 4+ to hit. No. So some pretty unsuccessful shooting there from the Balcoth. We're going to carry on with the combats. So we're going to start off the combats over here, the 2 charging Sons of Ale on that Easterling. And one of my Sons of Ale is going to Piercing Strike. And what are you going to do?
Going to feint.
And you're going to feint, so you're going for it.
I remember only one of yours actually charged this turn as well, didn't they?
That's true. And that'll be the one that is here, and he's the one that's piercing striking. Okay. So there we go. So we've got 5 dice here. You're going for it. You get a mighty 2, and we get 6s, so it doesn't matter anyway. Okay, so you are knocked down. What I'll do first is I'll roll the double strikes of the one that isn't piercing strike, needing 5s. That's 1. So 1 fury save. No, and he did it on his own without the piercing striking guy, and that's another Balcoth in the dead pile. Next up we have this charging Son of Ale versus the Balcoth. Are you shielding or are you going for it?
Fainting.
You're fainting, so we're just going to fight normally. What do you get? That's a mighty 3. 3 seems to be your favourite number in this, and we get 6s, which of course, well, you can't ask for more. Okay, so you are knocked down, and we will need 5s.
Am I knocked down? Did I charge you with that one?
Ooh, and I rolled an extra dice there. That's a very, very, very good point. So we're going to have a little look over the footage and sort that out right now.
They were all 6s anyway.
Sorry?
Weren't they all 6s?
They were all higher than a 3, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, so what we'll do is we've got 2 dice. You're not knocked down, and we'll need 5s off these dice. That makes sense. Well caught. And none. So you aren't knocked down. So some inadvertent cheating caught out there. So next up we've got this one here, and did I charge here?
That one you did charge.
No.
It seems I'm still teaching you after all this time.
That one I did charge. It's a memory lapse, trust me. Okay.
I'm going to shield this time.
So I will piercing strike. So you shield, and you get a 2 and a 1. Wow, and I get 4. So my piercing strike goes up by 3, so I'm now strength 7, which means that I will need 4s on your knockdown guy, and that is 3 of them. So you do have 3 fury saves to make. What can you get? You save 2 of them, but 1 gets through, and that is enough. And you are 2 off breaking?
2 off breaking, yeah.
2 off breaking. So immediately going to go over to this next one over here. So that's just the Son of Ale again against 1. Are you shielding?
I'm going to shield again, yeah.
So you're shielding? I will piercing strike, of course. Okay, so what do you get? You get the 6 this time. Round of applause. The crowd goes wild. All the YouTubers are happy. You did get a 6. Oh, I don't know why I'm trying to roll all of these dice already. I think I'm getting used to all the wounds. Okay, don't get smug. I wasn't saying don't get smug to you. When I'm rolling like that, I should do.
Don't get cocky, kid.
I should get these dice on sale again, I think. Right, okay, so I did piercing strike, didn't I? So yes. I went up to defend. Yep, so I need 4s. 4s here. Okay, that is 3 fury saves to make. Can you make them? You make 1, but that is another.
If I add them together, that means 1 survived.
So that means we've only got 3 combats left, and they are all the hero combats. We're going to come back with those now. Next up, we have got the 2 charging Sons of Ale here, who are both piercing striking against a very forlorn looking Eastlink captain, who is down a fate point but still has his wounds. Okay, so what do you get? You get double 6s, it's good, and you'll fight 4?
Yes.
So you are going to force the issue here.
Yep.
If I roll, I need a 6 though to do that, and we do get the single 6. Now, did you say your halberd counts as an elven blade?
Yes, it does.
So because it counts as an elven blade, if you want to roll a dice because it was your priority, and on a 1 to 4 this goes to you, but on a 5 or a 6 this goes to me. So this is where you roll really well.
Silver.
Did you?
No.
It goes to you.
Does it?
It goes to you. So on a 1 to 4 it goes to you.
Finally, rolling low comes in advantage.
So you do stand up, but unfortunately you don't get to make any strikes.
Does that mean I'm the real Slim Shady?
If you want, then you can be. And we're going to go into the next combat. So next up it is Kamal, who is going to spend an extra point of will to buy himself an extra attack here. He is high fight value, so what can you get? You get a 3 highest. Superb work. But I didn't charge here. So 2 dice. This is where we want a 6. And there's me thinking I'm going to need the banner reroll, which is going to be the 6.
And it's a good thing you didn't roll that to wound.
It is. Oh yeah, I just wasted a 6. Okay, so I've got 2 dice here, and I do need 6s because your defense 8. So 6s to wound, And no, we don't get it. I did waste my 6. But you have lost that point of will, and that means we're going to go on to the next combat, which is charging Ale the Young versus the War Priest. So, charging Ale the Young has 3 dice, and the War Priest has 1 dice. What do you get? You set the bar at 5. That's not bad. We get a 5, and we take it on fight value. So you are going to be knocked down, and we need to cause some wounds here. You're defense 5.
Yep.
So I need 5s. We get 1. We get 1. So do you want to start off with your Fury? If you fail this Fury,
no.
He dead. He dead.
He did.
So the Easterling War Priest has bitten the dust, and does that break you as well?
That's broken into 4.
So you started off with 18.
10.
So your break point would have been 9, and we have to exceed that, so we have killed 10. So the Easterlings are now broken. The Balcoth have been broken. And with that, there's nothing else to do this turn but to roll for priority. Let's see what happens. You get a 6. Oh, if I get a 6, I can get this. No. So priority is going to go to the Eastlings, but of course, Ale the Young will be calling a heroic move. So with Ale the Young calling a heroic move, we have to see whether he gets this for free. So on a 4+ he does, but he doesn't. So he's now going to be down to 1 might. And he is going to charge forward towards this Easterling here and throw his throwing spear, which he hits on a 5+. He gets it, and he'll kill him on a 6. No, nowhere near. But he does charge him, and then everything else will get to move next. So we've got some terror tests to take here, which is a bit of a pain. And we've got this Son of Ale who's charging him. Remember, it's -1 because of Harbinger of Evil. Ooh, that's a 6 there. So I'm going to pass whatever I think. Yeah. Okay, because they're courage 4. So he's going to go in there. That's great news. Okay. So next up is this one. This one here. Come on. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. He's getting in. And he's going to go there. This is fantastic news.
Mole's too drunk.
And this one here. Come on. And no, he doesn't get him. So he's courage 4.
6 + 4 is 10.
It is, but Harbinger of Evil takes me
course.
down by 1. So he doesn't get in. But my banner is going to sort of stick around there. And that's going to mean that it is your rest of your movement. Now, your heroes have been engaged, so no stand fast from them. And you are courage 3 or 2?
I believe it's 3, but I will double check again. For the
So we're going to have the courage test here for these archers.
Courage 3.
Courage 3. Okay, so let's start off over here from this one here. So, needing 7s each time. He loves it. Next one along. He loves it as well. This one here. He hates it. He's gone.
Bye, guys.
This one over here. He loves it. And this one over here, he also loves it. So that's not terrible, really.
That's my best roll in all game.
The best roll. And that's it. They're going to get to carry on with movement, so should they so choose. Then I've got 1 more model to move, and then we're going to go into the shooting. So we do have some shooting here, and it is a Balcoth archer, number 1, over on this end. Now he's going to be shooting through this combat here to try and get a sneaky shot at the banner. So you need a 4+ to hit, which you do. Now, do you hit the combat? You do. Do you hit you in the combat or me in the combat? You hit me. Do you hit my horse or do you hit the rider? You hit my horse. Okay, and you will need a 6 to kill my horse, which you don't. We're going to go straight away up to the next archer. This time it's shooting through Ale's combat. Are you shooting actual Ale? Shooting at Ale?
Shooting at the banner just through.
Okay, so shooting at the banner through Ale, you hit. Do you get past the combat? You don't. Do you hit Ale or do you hit your Easterling? You hit Ale. Do you hit Ale's horse or do you hit Ale himself? You hit Ale himself. You need 6s by 4s. You get 4. 4s by 6s won't do. And you've got 2 more here, and these 2 do have clear shots down at Ale himself. You do have to hit first, so what do you get? You do use a lot of dice. Refuses to use the same dice twice in a row. So 1 hits. Does it hit you in the combat or does it hit me? It hits me. Do you hit Ale's horse? Or you hit him. 6s by 4s on him. That's the 6. You got a 50-50 chance.
I should have used the purple.
Wonderful, and that will bring us to the end of Balcoth shooting. We're going to go into the combat phase. So we're going to start things off over here, and we do have the Easterling captain. Are you going to shield, or are you fighting normally?
He can't shield. He's got a halberd, which counts as an elven blade. So
it certainly does. So you're just going to
use that normally one-handed.
I am going to piercing strike with the guy on the floor.
Okay.
And that's it. Okay. So what do you get? You get a 4 highest. So all of these, we get 6s. Okay. So you are knocked down, trapped, and the like. The piercing striking guy goes up by 1, so strength 5. Your defense 6. So I need 5s on him. So 5s on these ones. We get 1. That will kill him.
Any fate left? It says he's got 2 fate. I don't
think he has 2 fate. He's got 1 fate. No,
it's
it's
2
2 wounds.
He used a fate.
He's used a fate. I don't think he's been wounded.
Okay,
so you can't roll fate. No, he's used his fate.
But he only has 1, doesn't he? Sorry.
So that's 1 wound. Okay, so the next Son of Ale. This Son of Ale, a single 5 will kill. 1.
He's dead.
And the captain has gone down. I don't think Balcoth go to heaven. I think they go to the fires of Sauron.
They like it warm.
We're going to come back over now. We're going to go for Ale the Young's combat versus the Sons of Ale. So yeah, I'm just going to fight normally. That's Ale's dice. Is going to be the.
I'm going to feint.
Bright red.
Why not?
So Ale's dice is the bright red. You get a 1. I win the combat. Okay, so first Son of Ale, needing 5s. Splats him, chops him into chop suey. He's gone. There's only 5 models left. 1 more will 25% you here. Will it be Kamal? I would like the leader kill points, to be honest. Currently, it is 7-0. Because of my banner, I get 2 points. Because you don't have a banner. And because I have broken you without being broken. So can I get the max VPs? Can it be 10-0? Let's see what happens here. So Kamal.
He's going to use a point of will, so that he gets an extra attack.
So he's going to get an extra attack, so that's an extra point of will, so he'll be 2 down, which is okay. He's got 5 left after that. Okay, so what do you get? You are high fight value. You get 5 highest. Okay, so 2 Sons of Ale, both charged in. You get a 6. They certainly do. There's 1 6.
Have I got any might left?
I think you've got a point of might.
Have
you?
2 there.
So you're going to do that. So you are going to win the fight. Yep. Okay. So you used a point of might. You got 1 left after this?
Yes. Yeah.
So you got 1 left after this, which means that you aren't going to be 25%ed this turn. This is good news.
Always good. So I'll start by striking up this guy.
So first one on him, you will need a 5, strength 4, and defense 6. You need 5s.
Yep.
So 5s on him. Off the table. Nope.
I'm going to use a point of might.
Use your final point of might to do that?
Might as well.
You might as well. Haha.
It's not going to last much longer. So.
Okay, so you are now out of might. You do get a point of will back, and then your next strike
is going to be against that
guy.
Yeah,
5s? Nope.
Nope.
Wow. So there we go. You have not been 25%ed. We get another turn. This is great news for me. Let's roll for priority. This goes to me.
Yep.
It is going to go to the Aelingas, and I think that this might be it. Here we go. So we're going to try and get everything here. Let's try first of all with Ale the Young. He's only coach 5, which is now coach 4 because of Harbinger reveal. He's going to try and charge. So can he do it? That's 5. That isn't enough. He's only got 1 point of might as well. So Ale the Young is not getting in on Kamal. Let's try this Son of Ale. Doesn't get in either. This Son of Ale doesn't get in. This Son of Ale does get in, just. That's good news. And it's going to go to there. Wow. This Son of Ale doesn't get in. This Son of Ale does get in. Okay. So 2 Sons of Ale do get in. And I've only got 1 more guy there left to move, plus the banner. I think the banner will be staying still. So we're going to come back with that now. So only 2 Sons of Ale managed to get in that time. The rest of them just circled round, taunting him, because they knew that over here in fear are 4 Balcoth, who, if should one of them flee, the game will end at the end of the turn. Balcoth, numero 1. Will he go? Courage 3. He does. The game will end at the end of the turn. Next one along. He also goes. Next one along. He also goes. And the final one. He also goes. And that only leaves Kamal left on the table. Only Kamal is left on the table. We're going to carry on. We're going to go for it. Let's see. Okay.
Let's do this.
So, are you going to spend an extra will?
Yep, I'm going to go for 2 attacks.
So to give yourself an extra attack here. So, what do you get? You get the 6, which you needed there. Brilliant stuff. And these guys will back away. Will you get a little bit of a revenge kill on the first guy, needing a 5? No. On the next guy, needing a 5? No. You don't do it. But the game ends. And the mighty Ael the Young and his Northmen have routed the Balcoth and chased them out of Gondor, killed most of them actually, just destroyed them, and have now captured the Balcoth leader. So we hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a historical flashback at the world of Middle-earth. We're going to go into a post-battle bat-rep breakdown. Welcome to the post-battle bat-rep breakdown for this episode of Adventures in Arda. Arda.
That's the one.
I'm tired, I'm sorry. We hope you guys enjoyed that battle report. Thank you very much for playing that one.
Thank you. It was a joy, even if I did end up just colouring the floor for you.
Yes. So let's talk about that a little bit. So it wasn't the most competitive matchup for various reasons. We have talked about this. So number one, obviously for your force there, 350 points was probably quite a small army even at 350 points. And there was a big reason for that. But he did end up being the last guy on the table. That is Kamal. What was you thinking when you were picking the army? What was you?
I think a large part of it is basically, obviously I've not played for a while, so I wanted to test out Kamal and try out a bit of magic, hence why the War Priest was in, who proved quite invaluable with the Fury. It was just I was having to obviously roll like 3 dice each time for the Fury. Yeah. But channeling it made it brilliant. And Kamal, like I say, it was to try and test out a lot of special rules, get myself back into it a bit. And he would be the first choice to go, replace him with either more cheap captains and more troops, because the captains are like a third of the choice.
Get some pikes in there.
Maybe actually getting a second War Priest is another consideration, but
considering what you're playing against, if you were tailoring, of course, you maybe get the Black Dragon upgrades on the go as well, giving you fight 4. The lower fight value against always going against so many dice with me getting the charges, and Ael the Young as well getting the might for free early on. I think he managed to get that 2 or 3 times, which was very, very, very handy, especially in the early game. Very, very handy, and getting those charges off was key. And as you can see, when you're rolling all those dice, not just to win the fights but also to wound, then it doesn't matter how much fury you've got. You know, if you need 3, 5 or 6s each time, you ain't saving no one. And that was a problem there with you having defense 6, which is the Easterling's main strength really, but me having the piercing strike and strength 4 across the board, you were always going to go down reasonably quick. Also probably having the archers, we said, but we would just like to point out that, you know, this is Pete's first time back playing for absolutely ages, since the last time you were in a battle report where you actually beat me.
Yeah. Which is why it took such a long time to
So that's it, I've got him now. So yeah, hopefully this bat rep told a story, because that's what these bat reps are for. If you do want to see even more adventures in Arda, or perhaps other series in the future, maybe not just with Hobbit strategy battle gaming, or even you just want to see more days worth of battle report content for adventures in Arda, then make sure you check out the links in the video description below, because by supporting the Patreon, that's going to be the only way that we're going to be able to make even more content for you guys. So I do hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed being back in the swing of things.
Much so for having us back.
No problem at all. We're going to go and film a battle report now for the GBHL podcast, so make sure you do go and check that out as well. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. We had a good game, didn't we?
Massively good game.
We had a really, really good game. We hope you guys out there are having a good game. Look forward to seeing you in the next Adventures in Arda.